Recorded Books and One-Click Digital present Igniting the American Revolution, 1773 to 1775, by Derek W. Beck. Narrated by Jonathan Davis. Preface. This volume covers the crucial events between 1773 and 1775 that set in motion what would ultimately become the American War for Independence. In writing on this subject as an American and one who served in the U.S. Air Force, I'm predisposed, like all American historians, toward a pro-American bias. Yet I've strived to paint the events in this book with accuracy and objectivity, avoiding such bias to the best of my ability. One consequence of this is that I have generally avoided the word patriot, even though it's today a commonly used term in other history books to describe the colonists. While we can call the Americans patriots, can we not also call the British patriots? For what is a patriot in the true sense of the word but a lover of one's country? The British believed they were fighting a civil war, and were fighting to maintain and for the love of their empire. The Americans were equally fighting for the love of a land they understood and appreciated in a very different way than their British brethren across the sea. Were they not all patriots in their own right? The logical result of this attempt at an unbiased approach is that in some cases throughout the book, the British may appear to be the good guys and the Americans the bad guys. At other times, the British may seem like tyrants, just as many American stories love to paint them. Rather than attempting to steer readers one way or another, I've worked to embrace these shades of gray and present as real and authentic a portrait as possible based on the extensive research I've conducted of both sides. America's founding fathers were not all superheroes, nor were the British all murderous oppressors. They were all real people, imperfect people, like the rest of us. My intent and my hope is that this book provides an honest look at the events that began the Revolution, warts and all. Some readers may prefer to adhere to the perspective of older history books that paint the Americans as superheroes. These readers may not like this more honest perspective and may even call me an Anglophile. But I think my continued honorable service in the modern American military refutes any such claims. Rather, I would prefer to be called a lover of truth. Sadly, I can find no word for this. Veritophile? Truth is where real history is to be found. Part 1. Ratcheting Tensions, 1773 to 1774. Chapter 1. Dawn of an Epic. It began in late 1773. December 16th was a dark, dank night, the thin crescent moon having at first been obscured by showery overcast, only to pass below the horizon just as the drizzle tapered off. The waters in the harbor were calm as the waves lapped softly against the sodden wharves. Except for the gentle wooden creaking of the various sail ships against their hemp moorings, all was eerily quiet in the little New England town of Boston. Splash. The stillness of the night was shattered only for a moment, then instantly silent once more. Hack! Smack! The tranquility was broke once more, this time from the cracking of hatchets into hollow wooden crates. This hacking echoed across the harbor, followed by another heavy splash, then more hatcheting. Splash. These sounds came from Griffin's Wharf on the southeast side of Boston, where the two transports Dartmouth and Eleanor were docked, each holding 114 chests of detested East India Company tea on board. Moored nearby was the brig Beaver with another 112 chests. Altogether, the shipment was 92,616 pounds of dutied tea, about 21 million cups of tea. worth about 9,000.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?